So I wanted a flashy title for this video, like I was robbed at Golden Demon, the judges broke the system, or some other clickbaity nonsense. And I realised that it's not me. Yes, I put my stupid face on the thumbnail, and I do this pointless preamble before we get into the meat and potatoes of the video. But I figured since I took quite the journey to get to both of these events, like literally and metaphorically, metaphysically, then I'd take you with me from start to finish. You'll get to see a little bit of what the events are like and maybe get a feel for whether it's something that you would like to do or not. And I'm not going to be reviewing all the entries or talking about any of the winners, but there is drama, certainly of a more personal nature, along the way. So, Golden Demon, Scale Model Challenge, Essen, Eindhoven, not in that order. Let's jump in. Morning everyone, it is 9:30 on the 16th, Thursday. Just got everything packed up into the car. I'm just about to leave. I'm driving down to Newcastle, and from there I'm getting a ferry to Amsterdam. From there I'm driving to Eindhoven for Scale Model Challenge. I'll be staying the weekend. Then I'll be driving to Utrecht, staying there for a few days before driving to Essen for the Spiel event and Golden Demon. So technically road to Golden Demon, I suppose. I've got 7 entries to put in. Bit of a scattergun approach. Not super confident with any of them, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'd like to get something at SMC, but again, not really sure. So it'll be an interesting experience. Be good to get some feedback. And yeah, so I'm ready to go. The car is more or less prepped. It is chilly. It is like 5 degrees here. 5 degrees sensible, not Fahrenheit. And yeah, but it's sunny. It should be a nice drive. And I will check in with you some point soon. Road to Golden Demon. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Right, I've made it to Newcastle. Pretty much smooth sailing in the car so far. Nothing super exciting aside from the woman who tried to change lane and destroy my car, but managed to swerve and avoid that. So just the one obstacle so far. Quick one. This is me boarding. I'll give you a quick look out the window. There's the big ship. I'm so early. It's ridiculous. It's 2:13. The gates opened at 2. The ship doesn't leave until 5:30. That's how excited I am. So silly. Just got into my cabin. Oh yeah. This is the cabin. It's actually incredibly boring. Got a sick view of the lifeboats. I get to sleep on that minuscule bed, and that's it. That's my ladder for. Oh, that's for the bunk beds. Cool. It's an overnight ferry to Amsterdam, so basically there's very little to film on this ferry. Don't really want to film a lot of it. So what I'll do now is say good night. Doesn't matter, you're just about to see this morning, the next morning's footage, so there's no point in me saying anything really. But yeah, basically checking out for day 1. Good morning everybody. Just up, doing a quick message from the bridge actually, right near the bridge. But yeah, slept well last night, just coming into Amsterdam. Emuiden, I think is the name of the port. I don't know how big the drive is today. I think it's a few hours tops, 3 hours tops, 2 hours maybe. Got to drive from Amsterdam to Steensel, which is where my hotel is. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. First time driving on the right, so a little bit apprehensive about it. I'm sure it'll be fine. Can't be any worse than the UK. Driving in the UK, right? We shall see. Anyway, more later. All right, everyone, is this working? Hold it like an influencer. Hey guys, hey guys. Yeah, anyway, made it to the hotel in Eindhoven. It's a lovely little hotel, and I'm just outside. I'm about 40-minute walk from the venue, or 5. Is that a train? Oh, it's a digger. I am walking on my way to SMC from the hotel. I've already had someone stop and ask if I want a lift, which was very kind of them, but I need the exercise, let's be honest. Plus I get to see the nice countryside of, well, the road between Steensel and Valhos, I don't know, whatever the name, nearer Eindhoven. Already met a couple of people this morning who are going to the show, which is unsurprising considering how many nerds are staying in that hotel, but yeah, looking forward to it. I'm probably not going to do a lot of speaking to the camera. That was a cockerel. Not going to do a lot of speaking to the camera while I am in the show. A bit self-conscious about that. That's surprising, you're a content creator. I pretend to be. But anyway, cyclists coming, look normal. I need to get my competition stuff in, drop the box, and then have a look around some vendors. I'll try and do like a video of our walkthrough of the venue and everything. Very excited. It's all go this morning. Quite keen to see how I do, if I place at all. Be a good measure of progress to a degree. I don't know how many of the judges are the same judges, but I'm entering one of the same categories as last year. Now, last year I got a silver. I'd be happy with anything this year, to be honest. I don't know if my painting is necessarily improved, so we'll see if the judges think so. But obviously you can never really take one competition as a suitable gauge. You kind of have to do a bunch of competitions, and that might give you a better idea. You're never really going to have a perfect idea of whether or not you're progressing, but if you feel like you are, then that's certainly a good measure. Anyway, I'll speak to you later. Bye bye. So let's enjoy some footage of the SMC entries that I got. This is not every entry. These are ones that maybe caught my eye or I thought were quite interesting. And hopefully it's as interesting to you as it was to me. Hi everybody. I don't know why the lighting in here is so weird, but it's not as dark as it looks, trust me. So, end of day one. Pretty exhausted. Done a lot of walking. Walked to the venue this morning, obviously, as you saw. Got the miniatures in pretty quickly. That was good, that was a smooth process. And set everything up and had a quick look at what was in already in the competition, and then spent most of the day walking around the vendors and speaking to people and doing various things. And then in the evening we went out for a meal. I managed to meet Keigo Murakami, one of the Japanese painters that I'm a big fan of. Got him to sign my books that I already had, showed him a bust that I was working on from LH Minis, who he was sharing a stand with, and picked up some bases from Il Basetta, picked up a few bits from Nico Galaxy. Spent an absolute fortune, but had a great time, and yeah, very much looking forward to seeing how the judging has gone and what everybody's got tomorrow. I want to try and film more of the actual show tomorrow. I didn't film any today really. I got some footage of models with my phone, so you will see some of that, but I'd like to do like a walkthrough or show you just kind of like going in and like seeing what the layout's like, seeing where all the vendors are and all that kind of stuff. So I also have a little painting station set up in my hotel room, which I was on last night. Did a bit more work on some pieces that I've been working on. I have my full set of AK 3rd Generations with me. So yeah, I've got room and time to paint. So yeah, we'll see how tomorrow goes. I'm going to sign off for this evening. I'm pretty knackered. I'm going to get some much needed rest. Alright, bye. Quick one, just realised I have been holding this mic up like I've been using it, and it's been turned off the whole time. So I'm a fucking idiot. So I got a bit of a walk around in the morning, prior to a lot of the vendors coming in actually, so a lot of the dust covers are still on the stalls, but you get a feel for the kind of layout, the size of the place, the amount of things that are going on here, the amount of miniature companies and things that there are to buy, and just a general vibe for the SMC setup. I also got some more footage of the competition area, so we're going to follow with that, and you can see what's what. Hello. I am back from SMC. We have done SMC. I came away with a silver for my whole display in standard category. So, chuffed with that. Last year I got a silver also, but just for one piece. This time it was for the whole pieces, and actually what was more valuable than that for me was getting feedback from the one and only Marco Frizzoni, who was very kind and gave me a lot of really useful feedback. So I can take that, make a few changes, and hopefully take the updates to Golden Demon next weekend. So I got my painting stuff with me, and I can make a few edits on the piece. I'm going to take the hill troll and put that into the Middle Earth category as opposed to the eagle. The Great Eagle was nice, it was well painted, but the composition lets it down a little bit, and it's kind of a difficult model to work with. And there's one or two things that a strict judge might not look favourably on. So a safer bet is to take the hill troll and hope that does all right with some updates that I'm about to do probably this evening or sometime early next week in the hotel. So yeah, another successful day. Great to see everybody that I met. It was super nice. I've got a little bit of footage. I actually got in to the show 10 minutes early by going through the hotel, and amazingly, nobody said anything, so I acted like I was meant to be there and just started filming some stuff. So I've got a bit of footage before the show kind of officially opened, which is why a lot of the stands and stuff have still got like dust covers and stuff over them, because the vendors hadn't even got there yet. But I did use the opportunity to get some good footage of just a kind of miscellaneous selection of entries, just so that you can get a feel for the sort of thing that you would see if you were to come to a show like this. And hopefully to remind anybody that was there of how many incredible pieces there were. Some of the sculpture stuff was absolutely nuts. My favourite piece was called Mother's Love. And you'll probably see it. I don't know if I can put it on now or if you'll have seen it at some point, but it's like an incredible piece with a polar bear trying to get a cub from the bottom part of a hot air balloon, and the sculpture's like super dynamic, really, really beautiful work. And it was in line for Best of Show, one of the Best of Shows. It didn't quite get it, but it was definitely my favourite piece from the whole show. Easy money. I think that's about it for now. Hello everyone, I have reached Utrecht. I've checked into the hotel. I drove here this morning. I was way too early to check in, so basically went up into the town, walked up into town, which was a good 45 minute walk, and had a wander around Utrecht in the centre. Had a couple of bits of pizza for lunch, and it was a lovely time. What a delightful city. I have got a little bit of painting that I want to do, probably today or tomorrow, and generally everything is going okay. I have picked up what is basically the conference cold, the conference flu, so I'm absolutely smashing a bunch of strepsils. Feeling a little bit crummy, if I'm honest. Probably sound a bit bunged up. By the time I get to Essen, it'll be long gone. So yeah. Should be fine. I'm not going to do a huge amount of checking in from Utrecht. It is what it is. It's not part of this. It's not a significant part of this trip for anybody watching. Okay, so today we drove from Utrecht to basically to Spiel, to Essen. We dropped the models. That's done this afternoon. Took a little bit of footage, had a look at some of the minis that were already in. Great. And then we decided we would check in after that. So we drove to Mulheim, where we're staying. And basically, I had kind of an odd feeling about this hotel before I checked in. Anyway, we got here, it's getting dark. There's a storm currently happening in Germany, which is like fucked. So it's raining heavily. There's a lot of wind. However, basically we get here, it's dark, and I look at the hotel that I'm meant to be staying in. There's a little side door, and there's like a light on inside. So I go up to the door, and obviously it's closed and locked. and there's a little keypad code, and that's it. No information about the code. I'd not been emailed any of that. And it says, if you're looking to check in, check the hotel next door. So I come round to the hotel next door, carrying 3 or 4 bags, I might say. And the hotel next door is completely closed. Nothing. No, like the reception says it's meant to be open, but nobody's here. The whole place is shut up. So I go back to this door, and there's a little thing that says, in case of emergency, ring this number. So I had to look up the Germany code, and I ring this number, which is a mobile number, and she says, hello, like, this is the such and such hotel. And I said, hi, I'm trying to check in. And she said, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. I'll give you the code for the door. Go around to the side door, which I was already at. And I said, yeah, I'm there. I'm good to go. What's the code? And she said, right, 4, 1. And then she said something else, like what, another 1 thing. And I was like, what? Right, okay. Are you confirming, or are you asking me to put in another 1? So I put in another 1. And then she says, yeah, and 1. And I said, what? Right. So what is it? 4, 1, 1. And she said, no, 1, 1, 1, 1. And I said, I thought it started with a 4. And she says, no, 4, it's 4 1s. Right, so, like, okay, 4 1s. Start with that. It's 1, 1, 1, 1. Just say that, it's easier, because there was a language barrier, so it was a little difficult to know exactly what she was trying to explain. Anyway, I get the code, I go in, after this thing's beeped at me, and I've done it wrong a billion times. I finally get in, all my stuff's dripping wet, because it's absolutely soaking outside, and there was no shelter. And she says, right, so your stuff should be there, like on the reception. There's nobody around. It's like dead. It's totally deserted. And there's four or five clipboards with keys on them, and it says like, oh, welcome to the hotel, like Mr. Whatever. So I'm looking through, and I said, yeah, my name's not here. And she's still on the phone. She said, what's your name? And I gave her my name. She said, no, I said, yeah, it's not here though. And she says, but can you not find it? I was like, no, it's not here. There's no, my name is not on this paper. I have a booking. I have a confirmation email and a confirmation. I can show you in the app and everything. I'm staying. Here's when I'm staying till, and all of this. And I gave him my name, and I said, I've got this confirmation, so I'm assuming I'm meant to be staying here. And but my name is not on these bits of paper. There's no information or no key for me. Okay, I'll come. I'll be there in 10 minutes. So I'm standing about like an idiot for 10 minutes in this deserted, tiny little hotel reception where there's nobody. And eventually she turns up. A lady, probably in her 60s-ish, 60s, 70s. Broken English, not the best English, so I was struggling a little bit with that. Now, I'm not saying she needs to speak English, but I was sort of hoping she would be able to speak enough to allow me to check in. But anyway, she was saying some stuff, and then she was looking at paperwork, and I said, no, here's my booking. And I showed her the booking, and she looked in it, and she was like, double room. And I was like, yeah, that's just what I booked, like a double room. I was like, I don't need a double room, I just need a bed, really. I will, I'm just looking for somewhere to stay. And I'd looked at other hotels while, in that 10 minutes while I was waiting for her, I was like, I need to look at a bunch of hotels because theoretically I could be fucked here. I might not have anything. Anyway, nothing in the local area except one place, which is like a triple room with a shared bathroom, and it was like super extortionate, and it was just up the road, and I was like, God, I might have to book that. Anyway, she said, well, okay, I don't have your details here, and basically, like, I don't have space. I've got nothing here in this. And then she says, in this building, and then she's like, okay, so come with me, follow me to another. We'll go to the other building. And I was like, right, okay. Do you want me to come with you? Shall I bring my bags and everything? Yeah. So we walk around to this other building, and there's like a side door. It's not the front entrance. Nobody goes in any front entrances here. Side door, and she starts like she goes. It's dark. She can't even find the light. And then the light switches on. It's just like a stairwell, and it stinks. And she's like, right, okay. She opens this cupboard, and there's like some paperwork, and she's looking at a thing, and she goes, oh, okay, right. Third floor, or second floor, or something. And I was like, right, okay. And she's got this key with her, so she walks up to this third floor door, and it's got like 22 on it, like an apartment. And she knocks like there could be someone there. She's like knocking at the door, and she's like, hello. And I was like,
Why? Right, first of all, if you've got a key, why would you knock to see if anybody was there? That suggests there's more than one key available, which is concerning. Second of all, how do you not know if there's someone here if this is your hotel? Anyway, she puts the light on, and I swear, this is bigger than some flats I've lived in. Wait till you see the sides of this place. She walks in and she's like, oh, okay, here's the bedroom, here's the bathroom, here's the kitchen, fully functioning kitchen with everything, and here's the lounge, which has, wait till you see what the lounge has got in it. And it's huge, right? I'm going to show you. So this is the first bedroom, which is the size of the hotel room I've been in for the past 3 days on its own, right? Then we've got this place, right? So we've got a bathroom. Granted, not the most incredible bathroom, but it's pretty big than most bathrooms that you get in a hotel. It's a proper, you know, apartment bathroom. Then we've got a kitchen. It's quite dark in here. You can't really see that very well, but there's a fully functioning kitchen here. We've got hob, microwave, oven, sink, fridge, freezer, all of that stuff. Dining, it's a proper dining spot and everything. There's like a little dining table and everything. Wait till you see this room. Oh my god, you can't see it right. Why is it not? It's not light enough. Oh, this is a nightmare. Right, I'm gonna have to cut I'm gonna have to cut to tomorrow. That looks so spooky. Anyway, there's a big fucking bed in the lounge. The lounge has got a sofa, a couple of other seats. It's dark outside, but there's like lights and a big fucking balcony that runs the entire length of the apartment, which is huge. Anyway, oh, wait till you see this place in the light. It's hilariously big. This is ridiculous. So yeah, basically instead of going out for dinner tonight, we were like, well, fuck it, we'll go to the supermarket and just cook in here because we've got the room for it. But there's like a whole bunch of weird shit kicking about. There's like a weird ornament over here. It's like this is like something out of a horror film. What is that? The Virgin Mary with the baby? Or is that just, I don't know what the fuck that is. There's candle holders on the wall. There's like a weird bookshelf down there that you can't see. There's like a bunch, there's like the salt lamp, classic salt lamp candle. There's like a bunch of like miniature paintings of people, who the fuck knows who they are. There's like this creepy ass fucking thing. What is that? We've got some weird pictures of kids. Yep. Yeah, tomorrow is the second day of Spiel. The Friday, a lot more people are going to turn up. I'll probably try and film a bit more footage, get some fly-throughs and stuff so that you can see a little bit more. And hopefully the cabinets are going to start filling up with some exciting minis. All right, more later.
So this is Spiel in all of its glory. 9 giant halls worth of gaming. 1 or 2 of those dedicated to tabletop gaming, so you'll get a feel for the absolute scale of this thing. And then we're going to run through some of the entries. Apologies for the sketchy phone footage of the entries, but it was the easiest way for me to get footage of all of the models that I saw, or as many of them as possible. If you spot yours, great, good work. Well done, you made it into my footage. If you don't spot yours, I'm very sorry. I probably did see it, but there were so many entries on offer, nearly 1,000 entries. So getting around them all, around those crowded cabinets, was a bit of a nightmare. Anyway, enjoy, and hopefully you get something out of this.
where do I even start with today? So Sunday night, last night in the hotel, thankfully. Today has been absolutely bananas. So I got in early this morning, fast tracked through, ran around the cabinets to check everything, and we have Blood Bowl, got a notable pin, bronze pin, which is completely unexpected. My 40k squad, which was the Crute, got a bronze pin, again unexpected. My other 40k squad, which I put into open, got a... Wait, did I say commended? Basically 2 bronzes. My 40k squad that I put into open got the silver pin, which is commended, which is nuts, but very happy with that. My the Hill Troll of Angmar that I put into Middle Earth, commended, another silver pin. My Arjak Rockfist was nowhere to be seen, and my open world entry got nothing, and my Necromunda entry got nothing, which is fine. I wasn't expecting anything going into this. Obviously I was hoping for something, but really the quality, the standard of the entries this year again was another step up. And the categories, there was no easy category, there was no category with like, fewer entries or harder, yes, there were smaller categories, but really they were all nails, and absolutely incredible work from everybody involved. So I'm waiting for 40k single to come out, because it looks like there's a whole bunch of stuff out and no finalist pins, as in the gold pin, as in the one where you end up on stage, or you end up as essentially a finalist in the running for a trophy. Eventually a lovely assistant comes out and puts it down, and right next to it puts down this gold pin finalist, and I lost my shit. Basically, I was shaking, completely buzzing. Like, everybody that was speaking to me was like, "You're absolutely wired, aren't you?" And just like super excited, couldn't believe it, absolutely unbelievable. Was all like proper antsy for like a couple hours afterwards. Had to like walk around the cabinets to like relax myself a little bit. And absolutely blown away by the fact that I would even be considered among the names that were up there as finalists. So that was mad, an absolutely mad experience. To be able to sit amongst the finalists for the award ceremony was like an honour, to be honest. To even be within within complimenting distance, let's see. And to be able to stand up there, and I wasn't expecting a trophy, so it didn't feel as nerve-wracking as it might have done if I thought I was in line for any sort of trophy. But there's no way I was getting a trophy in 40k single. That is bananas. So anyway, it's really given me a boost. It's made me think, yes, like off the back of a silver at SMC, which I was happy with, of course, but because I had got silver the year before, I was like, I don't know if I've improved. But from the Golden Demon results, which, we can't use that as a yardstick necessarily, but like based on last year's performance, I feel again I've definitely improved. So very happy. Don't know what my next projects are going to be, but this has got me really super energized and inspired to do some more. So that was today. We tried to go and have a look at some minis afterwards in hand, but I think a lot of people were exhausted, and I know I certainly was, so we came back, went out for some ramen. I'm back at the hotel. I'm ready for my bed, and I have a long drive tomorrow back to Amsterdam via Utrecht, and then back on the overnight ferry home. So I don't want to go into that too much. The journey here was probably more interesting from a build-up point of view. I really, who knows what comes next, but it's been a real pleasure. The weekend has been incredible, and if you get the opportunity to go to a competition like Golden Demon and you haven't been to one before, I would wholeheartedly recommend it, because it's a bunch of incredibly well built and painted miniatures, lots and lots of talented people on hand wandering around, and the atmosphere is nuts. That is my update. There'll be voiceovers and stuff. I don't know if that's it for now. Signing off from the absolutely spooky hotel situation, and see you in a bit. So, some reflections as I show you some snippets from the ferry home. My head is filled with all sorts of exciting projects. I love that Golden Demon in particular gives us an opportunity to work towards this big exposition of models, followed by this almost New Year-like post-coitus-esque period of, okay, what's next? The late nights, the extra hours painting, all lead to these single yearly or twice yearly events, and then we sit contemplatively, massively energised to start work on our new projects, with the best intentions of smashing it out the park for the next one. My key takeaway this year is to concentrate on less projects, but to put more into them. I want to continue my mentorship and build on the experience and the ability that has given me. I would love to try something a bit larger, and I'd definitely love to have a few more larger scale pieces under my belt for SMC next year if I'm going to go to that. If you were at Golden Demon this year, I want to thank you. Thank you for contributing your model to this incredible spectacle, for inspiring me and others with your work, and for putting yourself out there in what continues to be a more and more competitive landscape, certainly in terms of talent on display. Putting our models in the cabinets is both exciting and petrifying. Seeing your work in there alongside hobby heroes, top tier artists, and being able to compete against them in a hobby that we all love. Seeing your work celebrated in such a grand way is genuinely heartwarming, and meeting everyone each year continues to bring me closer to other friends doing the same thing. People make this hobby, and the more events I attend, the more sense it continues to make to me. If you're on the fence about competing, I can't recommend it enough, whatever level you're at. Bring your work, put it into a show or a competition, whether that's a small store competition, a regional show, or a larger event like MPO, Fen Model Show, Scale Model Challenge, Contrast, Freak Wars, Salute, or indeed Golden Demon. You'll be nervous, very nervous, but try, if you can, to speak to people, ask people for feedback if you can, say hello to others, and ask them what they brought. Celebrate other people's work, and push your own hobby horizons. This is a typically solitary hobby for those of us who favour painting. It's hours and hours spent looking at our models, sitting painting in small rooms, poring over inspiration online with just a few messages or the odd like to share to keep us connected. So when we get the opportunity to break that habit, travel somewhere and put our work out there in a more tangible way than a picture posted online, then use that opportunity to reach out to others who are no doubt as cautious or as scared as you are when you're submitting entries or putting their pieces out on the shelf. We're all just hoping for some recognition, to enjoy other people's artwork, to find some connection,
spark a reaction and to have others enjoy our art. Thank you very much for watching and listening to this. I hope that it has been interesting to you and you found some value, and I will see you next time.